The bus rattled along the empty highway, headlights cutting through the night. Daniel sat near the back, staring out the window with a half-smile on his face. After 12 long months overseas, he was finally going home. His deployment had been grueling, heat, dust, danger lurking every day. But every letter from Emily, every picture she sent, every "I miss you" scribbled in her handwriting had kept him alive. Tonight, he wasn't just coming home. He was surprising her. She thought he still had another 2 weeks before he returned. Daniel could already picture the look on her face when he walked through the door. Her arms around his neck. Her soft laugh, the one he replayed in his mind whenever the nights got too heavy. He closed his eyes, remembering their last night together before he shipped out. She'd kissed him fiercely, whispering promises of loyalty, telling him to come back safe, telling him that no matter how long it took, she'd be waiting. Those words had been his anchor. By the time the bus rolled into his hometown, his chest was tight with anticipation. He clutched the duffel bag on his lap, worn from the desert sand, and stepped onto the familiar streets. Every building looked smaller, quieter, like time had slowed while he was gone. He thought about buying flowers on the way, but the thought of simply appearing at the door, catching her in her pajamas, maybe half asleep, felt even more intimate. When he turned onto his street, the glow of the porch light made his heart leap. He slowed, savoring the moment. The curtains in the living room were drawn, but there was a faint flicker of light seeping through. He smiled. Maybe she was watching one of those romance movies she always loved. But as he reached the door, something made him pause. It was unlocked. Emily never left the door unlocked. A faint noise drifted from inside. At first he thought it was the TV. Then his stomach twisted. It wasn't. It was laughter. A man's laughter. Daniel froze, the keys trembling in his hand. His pulse thundered in his ears as he pushed the door open. The living room smelled faintly of cologne he didn't recognize. A jacket, black leather, was draped over the chair. His duffel slid from his shoulder, hitting the floor with a dull thud. Step by step, he moved down the hallway, the sounds growing clearer, whispers, soft giggles, a creak of the bed. His heart hammered, each beat threatening to crack his ribs. When he opened the bedroom door, the world stopped. Emily was there, tangled in the sheets. And she wasn't alone. The man beside her jolted upright, eyes wide with shock. Emily's gasp filled the room as she scrambled to cover herself. "Daniel, oh my God," she stammered, her voice breaking. But Daniel didn't hear her words. All he saw was betrayal. All he felt was the sting of 1,000 knives twisting inside him. His mind reeled, images flashing like lightning, her letters, her promises, the way she'd sworn she was his forever. "After everything," his voice cracked, barely a whisper. "After everything I gave, everything I sacrificed." Emily's eyes filled with tears. "Daniel, please, it's not what you think." "Not what I think." He laughed bitterly, a sound foreign even to his own ears. "I think my wife is in bed with another man. What else is there to think?" The stranger began fumbling for his clothes. "Look, man, I didn't know." "Shut up," Daniel snapped, his voice sharp as steel. His eyes never left Emily. "I risked my life out there. Every day I wondered if I'd live to see you again. And this is how you repay me." Emily's tears streamed down her cheeks. "I was lonely, Daniel. You were gone so long. I didn't mean. Didn't mean?" His voice broke again, raw with pain. "You swore to me. You swore I was the only one. Do you remember that night? The promises you made? I carried those words into battle like they were armor. And all this time he choked, unable to finish. For a moment, silence filled the room, heavy and suffocating. The man hurried out, leaving only the broken pieces of what once was love. Emily reached out, but Daniel stepped back. His eyes swept over the room, her face, the bed, the life he thought he still had. It all felt like a cruel joke. "I died 1,000 deaths out there," he whispered, "but none of them hurt like this." He turned, each step heavier than the last. Emily's sobs echoed behind him, but he didn't look back. At the doorway, He paused, his hand gripping the frame as if it could hold him upright. "You were supposed to be my home," he said softly. "But now, I don't even know what home is." Then he walked out, the night swallowing him whole. The soldier who had faced bullets, bombs, and endless fear found himself defeated by something far more devastating, the betrayal of the one he trusted most. And as he disappeared down the dark street, duffel bag dragging at his side, one truth echoed in his mind. Sometimes the deepest wounds aren't carved on the battlefield, but in the heart.